Beware of spoilers for a 14-year-old game. Batman Arkham Asylum is the latest episode in the hit TV series The Owl House, except they ordered the wrong animal and then sent him to prison. Our hero was returning the Joker to Arkham Asylum, a very secure location with multiple 5-star reviews, when the clowns suddenly sprung a sneaky surprise and took over the entire island within 5 minutes. Great job, guys. Now Batman is trapped at the asylum with nothing to help him, except for an infinite supply of explosive sticky goo, more muscles than the fish market, a state-of-the-art bodysuit with underwear on the outside for some reason, unlimited Batarang works, his backup gamer cave, and the actual remote control plane. Did I say he was trapped? If you are unfamiliar, this video is actually the second part of a 2-part video essay series covering the entirety of this game. But if you haven't seen part 1, well, I have no problem with you personally, but there's several angry JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fans coming to give you the bash. To protect yourself, please use the link in the description as your sword and the video that it leads to as your shield. In his quest to stop the Joker, Batman dodged an elevator, visited Detroit, committed vehicular manslaughter, and played a high-stakes game of Uno. A regular Friday night, really. But what if I told you it gets worse? To find out, please strap in as we continue and conclude the story of Batman Arkham Asylum.
Hey you finally awake?
What are you?
You were caught trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that massive fucking explosion. Same as the doctor, and this ideal American male.
What the fuck?
Alright, I'm off to the Sim prison, so don't follow me.
Okay, that's enough of that. Welcome back to the gameplay of the Batman. But we already did that, so I'm not going to reiterate. Haha, funny, we get to beat up poor people. So after doing the combat and doing the detective, we find the coolest secret in this entire game, the plans for the sequel game 2 years early. Oh no, there's a questionable recap script in there. Let's quickly leave and never come back. We escape into the hallway where the Rednecks 3 aim to stop us, but they stand no chance, so long as you don't walk through the actual metal detector. This was not a skit for the video, I genuinely didn't realize that this thing would work. Everywhere I go has a trail of death and destruction behind me, and only the second part is intentional. Maybe I should just stop and take a break.
You enjoying standing there with your outer underwear wearing ass?
Now motivated, Batman proceeds to follow the blood trail to the next building he hasn't destroyed from the inside out, clearing out some peaceful protesters in the process. We proceed to enter the penitentiary through the front door? Not breaking in through the roof? I genuinely didn't think that was possible. What is this place? It's worse than you think, Batman. These people spent all of their money trying to get heirlooms in Apex Legends. Well, how many did they get? I said trying. Quickly retreating past the halls of those who shall not be named, we venture into the green mile that is actually red because of the reasons why.
Hey Batman, wanna let me out of this cell?
How about no?
I'll give you a discount on my premium Patreon.
Begone, thought. Declining her VIP subscription, Batman quickly finds Warden Bernie Biden. Are you alright? I was tied up in a chair by a sexy nurse. Don't look at my crop. I am confiscating your Twitter account. Oh no, it's a cutscene.
Hey Harley, want to let me out of this cell?
I don't know.
I'll give you a discount on my premium Patreon.
Oh, say let's, Quinn.
That feels so much better. Well, I'm off to do some gardening.
Alright, now see you in Season 3 of Harley Quinn.
And just for that, I'm releasing the simps. He's turned this prison into a Reddit forum. Utilizing his new Samsung Galaxy S69, Batman escapes the room and finds Warden Bernie Biden. Oh no. We must now track down Harley Quinn, because for some reason she's still taken seriously as a threat. Oh look, I found her. As is expected of any woman, Harley subjects us to many trials and tribulations, such as generic combat. These men try desperately to invoke their Second Amendment rights, but the only thing that needs mending is their broken dreams, and also their traumatic brain injuries. We then find Harley hanging out with some prison guards. There's some real tension in the room, and the suspense is killing me, just like it's about to kill them. Thankfully, there is a timer this time around, so it's not anxiety I'm feeling, it's existential dread. Finally, we confront Harley Quinn in the security room, and she sicks even more buff men at us. I'm a fan of MMA, but this feels a little over the top. Wanting to add more problems to our lives, Harley turns on her secret weapon. You could say that it's a real shock. This is a really electrifying battle. Lightning returns, Final Fantasy XIII. Unfortunately, whoever designed this prison was unaware of the fact that we have legs and can move, so it's not quite the threat that she thought it was. The most damage I took in this fight was emotional, when I failed to throw this thug onto the lethal electrified floor in order to stay truthful to the fact that Batman never kills.
Harley, shit like this is why everyone says that this game has bad boss fights.
Enraged by her husbando's criticism, Harley attacks, but unfortunately she is in a cutscene. I'm not entirely sure why, but in 2024, watching this scene, it brings a smile to my face. We send her to Horny Jail, and once again have to follow a trail, though at least this time the game trusts me to go to the building by myself. This is how we get Dark Souls map design. However, we are now attacked by enraged internet goblins thanks to that unrelated incident that happened a minute ago. These enemies are fast, wild, and effectively immortal. He just will not stay down. The only way to defeat them is by topping them and giving them a solid fisting, and believe me, we've got enough fists to go around. We'll need them because, my god, they are everywhere. They're breeding like rabbits, so let's treat them as such. There will be no 420 jokes made in this segment. After denying me easy comedic material, Batman enters a room and begins to do the stealth. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. As it turns out, the enemies on hard mode have learned to tilt their heads up and installed Aimbot 2009 edition, plus I refused to upgrade my health. As a result of this and my deliberately unstealthy tactics, I died 3 times before managing to clear this room. I've brought shame to my ancestors and to myself.
Hey Batman, you ever played Genshin Impact?
Goddamn electromains. After turning off the charger for Joker's Nintendo Switch, we enter into the room of Reddit, because this room exists to be as baffling as possible, is filled with riddles, and is possibly racist. This room is more complicated than trying to talk to women, so let's leave and come back later. Much, much later. Oh look, it's something I understand. Poor people. By this point in the game, Batman has effectively become a one-man army capable of taking out an entire room without being spotted, thanks to the remote control batarang, the Discord ping batarang, and the patented walk slowly behind the enemy technique. It's a good thing we've been practicing too, because this next room is the hardest pure stealth challenge in this game. Mainly because if you get seen once, these 2 doctors are dropped into the eternal darkness that is just part of the gardens for some reason. Thankfully, the thugs in the mandatory stealth section seem to be much stupider than the others in the normal combat room, and even though I forgot the easy way to do it, it took me like 30 seconds to beat. I guess I'm just built differently. Like Bob.
Well, well, Bats, you finally caught up. Only took you 70% of the game, and 7 months.
Hand over the monster energy, Joker, and I might just let you leave with your genitals attached.
Is that so? Well, you're in luck. I'm giving out free samples, and it looks like we have our first customers right here.
Hey guys, it's MattTGM here, and welcome to the Menage a Trois. This is our first proper fight with a Titan enemy, except for this one and for this one. These brutes are slow and lumbering, but hit slightly harder than normal thugs, so evading their strikes is key. If you're lucky, they'll start beating each other in the process. The way to defeat them is to throw a batarang when they charge, then jump out of the way, then punch them a bit. Is 2009 the year they invented the copy-paste key? Elden Ring owes a lot to this game. Once you've beaten them enough, Batman is finally rewarded for his night of hardship because he finally gets to ride something. I'm sorry, I want to make this funnier, but this boss fight really speaks for itself. It's just the average male sleepover on a Friday night. Oracle, Joker succeeded in perfecting the Titan formula. We need to create an antidote. I have my NCA level 1 in chemistry. I'm sure I could figure something out. No, we need to consult with someone who really knows a thing or two about venom. No, Batman, it's poison, Ivy. Venom is a completely different thing. Spider-Man 2 won no awards. Cry harder. Unfortunately, we are then flummoxed by a narrow gap, so Batman summons his actual fucking plane to just crash through the roof of the building. Sadly, it won't fit through the door. So we just grab a new gadget and the plane just leaves. Hey, we had to property damage the roof somehow. Let's go talk to the second most attractive NPC in this game.
Well, well, look what the bat dragged in.
Ivy, I need your help to create a vegan energy drink.
You do know I'm a literal plant lady, right? I hate vegans.
Oh. Well, there goes my entire sales pitch.
What a shame. But while you're here, can I interest you in my premium?
No.
Fine, geez. If you want the finest ingredients, you need to go to my supplier.
And that would be?
The 12-foot tall person-eating crocodile man. In his underground lair.
Fuck. Tasked with this daunting mission, Batman vents his frustrations by pulling this man to his death. We then leave the building. Hello and welcome to Natural Geographic, and today Mother Earth is tired of your shit. Thankfully, the Arkham Mansion now has a pretty red glow to it, so I don't see this as a negative thing. And hey, Aaron Cash is still alive, and now he finally has a voice. Cash, I need a new wallet. Where can I find Killer Croc? I don't know, Batman. You might not be able to handle it. How bad can it be? Well, you need to go down into the sewers. What's so bad about that? I guess you can say you need to go to the land down under. Okay, I'm leaving immediately. Now armed with adequate directions, Batman proceeds back to intensive treatment, but the door is locked shut. Of course, the roof. That's never been a strategy in this game before. This next stealth room is interesting, because the thugs actually trap the gargoyles with proximity mines, preventing your main method of bullet evasion and hiding. Unfortunately, they did so in a room with a permanent safe spot on top of the office. Before you ask, they will not use these mines again in the story, because doing it in the final Predator room of the game would count as a war crime. Oh wait, that's exactly what they did in the challenge maps. I'm now going to walk down this hallway, and nothing bad is going to happen. My PC when I want to apply more edits than cutting and zooming in. Hey everyone, MattTGM here, and welcome to my playthrough of Vacation Evil 6.5. We've awakened in a bizarro nightmare where the B in Batman stands for BDSM, and he's been sent to the asylum for chronic simping for beta, which also begins with a B. They replaced secure, itchy guard with a sexy nurse, so I'm not sure that this is a downgrade.
Hey, Batman, mind if I shoot my shot?
Fission mailed successfully. Sadly, the sweet release of Death has a free trial expiration date, and we end up back in Huntley once again with our favourite VTuber. This one is special because there's a funny puppet in the background saying dialogue that I'm not going to show you because that's a funny that wasn't written by me. This Scarecrow segment is by far the toughest, which isn't saying much, because it's a giant game of red light green light, where green means go and red means stop living. We make it to the bat signal and return to the real world.
Hey Batman, here's the vaccination you asked for.
Not the gay frogs!
Have you ever seen that video with the spooky, scary skeletons? Scariest shit I've ever seen.
Witness as the boss of stealth and platforming becomes a mini combat arena. Don't ask me why he doesn't just crush us, maybe he's stuck behind the almighty collision detector of the fence. It's also worth pointing out that you can basically one-shot all these skeletons, including the Titan, so I guess we've just started playing on easy mode. Batman doesn't kill, but they're already dead, so we send them back to the graveyard, and we fire the bat signal once more. You know, normally the white stuff goes away from your crotch.
Why didn't I just stand 3 feet away from the fence?
We then chase Scarecrow down to his VTuber studio and beyond, entering into Killer Croc's lair because this world has tight and amazing level design.
Back the fuck off, Batman, or I'll drop this Cheeto dust into the water.
Do it, bitch. You won't. So, like, were you going anywhere with this?
Jesus Christ!
He killed him. How could he? I was just going to break every bone in his body and throw him in a prison cell. You know, the humane option. After Scarecrow is cancelled, permanently, Batman heads into Killer Croc's lair for a boss fight. Oracle, I'm about to pick a fight with a big lizard. Prepare the tomato sauce for after I'm done with him. In Arkham Origins, Killer Croc was a frantic and fun tutorial boss. In Batman Arkham Knight, he was the best combat boss in the whole game, not that that's saying much. In Arkham City, he was a missable cutscene. And in this game he is Death Stranding, because this fight is walking, with an emphasis on the death. He went from finding Nemo to finding his next victim. You walk or goblin walk your way down wooden platforms until Croc pops out to ask you what the dog is doing, but that joke is dead and so is he. Don't worry, electricity doesn't conduct through water apparently. Oracle, I'm trying to sneak around, but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting. Oh fuck. We find that Zaza 5 times and begin going to the exit. Yes, I'm skipping over this boss fight, because as fun as it is, there's only so many jokes you can make about man caves in Australia, and without getting copyright claimed by the land down under. Like the YouTube algorithm, Croc locks us in and won't let us leave, but the grounds they have to hold us here are extremely fragile. And so is the floor. Did they build this asylum over the Minecraft void or something? Returning to the gamer cave, we create the solution to all of the world's problems. Pepsi. However, the hentai makes its way downstairs and destroys Batman's setup, as is the fate of any gamer that invites a woman into their man cave. It's time for triple the nipples on our pinchy boy, and we now have the ability to commit property damage at range. How bad was this asylum built that Bruce the Moose can literally pull this place apart like a stubborn Lego set? After briefly touching grass, we get given a new objective. Look, I know we've been going for a while, but just bear with it, okay? We're nearly at the end. We need to shut down these pumps, otherwise the city will be flooded with monster energy, and that's bad. Probably. I'm just sort of going with the flow at this point. The first and second pumps are easy. It's a combat arena, and at this point the combat is at its finest. All of our tools against every kind of bad guy imaginable. The final pump is the hardest stealth arena in the game. The room is tight, narrow, and with very few places to hide. Now imagine this room with mined gargoyles. At the very least, we can do this with the floor and the window, in order to help these thugs reach new heights and fall to new lows.
Did you just montage my Titan pumps?
It's the lamest part of the game, Joker. Except for your boss battle.
Well, now that's just hurtful. So now I'm going to hurt you.
Another video, another elevator ruined. I will never forgive you for this. We escape the sewers and head back outdoors, quickly journeying to the Botanical Gardens once again to stop Ivy from making Batman and Robin 2 the Squeakquel.
Look at this, Batman. I've hypnotized innocent people to be my security.
Are they below my tax bracket?
Wait, what?
Just kidding, I'm rich. I don't pay taxes. Ivy, you've got to stop with the vine tentacles. You're giving people awakenings.
Sorry, Batman, but I was tipped $5 by my fans to make sure you die. And I always respect a donation by a loyal simp.
Is this because I locked up your sapphic best friend? Welcome to the only proper boss fight in the game, and honestly, it's not very good. Hidden inside Plantosaurus Rex and fueled by her all-natural diet of living people and very large steroids, Ivy uses the tentacle attack to give the not-safe-for-work artists something to lose their minds over. Fortunately, you can escape by mashing the X button, and mashing nothing else. Eventually, she starts shooting laser balls at you and opening up her protective shell periodically, to which you throw a batarang. That's it. That is the fight. She does this over and over and moans every time you successfully land the hit. I'm starting to think she's doing this for a reason. She also has a near unlimited supply of random guards to summon, but thankfully, we've been beating off other men all night. We're an expert at this point. Ironically, if this boss fight was half as long, it would be twice as good. Sorry, Ivy, but you're going out with a bang.
That was so fucking lame.
I was honestly expecting some property damage there. Oh yeah, there it is. Jesus Christ, I think I'm running out of places to break.
Well, Batman, I've got a nice unbroken wall over here in the cell block.
I have been summoned. Unfortunately for Joker, we have a few loose ends to take care of. Like this Arkham mystery I never told you about, where it turns out Mr. Incompetent was the imposter the entire time. Oh, and we also doxed the Redditor. So can you let me in or not?
You ain't coming in if you're not on the list.
I could name 3 separate lists that you are on, Bob from accounting.
Oh, here we are. Your name is right under Joe.
Who's Joe?
Joe Mama. Hey, Batman, I see you've inflicted brain damage to 99% of the asylum's population.
Would you care to come closer and let me make that a full statistic?
The only 1% here is you Elon Musk wannabe bastard.
Is that because I use Twitter?
Fight me IRL, bro. 1v1, soy boy.
I'm so fucking done with this game.
Well, there's no need to blow up over it. No, wait. Yes, there is.
The combat system is just pressing the counter button.
Spider-Man is... Hey, I'm here too. Ah, what a night, Batman. How have you been finding it?
I've been fighting my rogues gallery all night. This has been the toughest test of my life.
Wait, what about Batman Arkham Origins?
Don't give them any ideas for the sequel.
Well, fine. If you won't contribute original content, I'll just send in my brand new never-before-seen Titan boss battle.
It's now time for the terrible twosome, except it's now more like a halfway decent all-you-can-fight buffet, because while these titans are temporary, the side thugs are eternal. Just like my depression. However, it is nothing you haven't done before, so using your skills acquired over a long and difficult journey, we can mount other men and use them to deliver empowered fistings. The only thing special about this fight is that it has motion blur enabled in the remaster, just like this fight blurs the line between fun and repetitive overuse of the Titan gimmick.
Honestly, I'm not sure what I was expecting.
Gordon, how and why are you here? You know how you said this place was a BDSM dungeon? I'm telling your daughter.
Ah, what a boomer, right, Bats? Maybe we should introduce him to a real young people's drink.
No! I am not letting that image get out there on the internet.
What? How can you resist the Titan formula? It's a literal chemical poison.
Because I'm Batman. And we ran out of budget.
You ran out of budget. You!
I'm a billionaire. Why would I spend money?
Well, that just makes me want to kill myself faster. Like, speedrun fast.
Well, that surely won't have any negative implications. Oh, fuck.
Well, Batman, it's finally time. Time for our climactic showdown. 2 gamers in a fight to the death. The end of our relationship. The end of this game.
I found the script for the sequel, Joker. Neither of us are going to die here.
Oh, why do you always have to ruin my fucking fun? Why can't you just live a little? Embrace your crazy side. What is wrong with you? What is your reason?
Because I will never be one of you.
You use the antidote? Well, fine then. I'll just rip you apart. Then you'll be 2 of you.
It's at this moment where I would like to put on an epic background track, talk about this boss, and showcase my battle against him in montage fashion. However, that would actually require this boss to be good, and it isn't. Not even close. They turned Joker into the Abomination, but the only abomination here is the gameplay of this fight. You run away from Joker for around 20 seconds, then fight henchmen for the rest of the fight. 3 times. Who thought this was a great idea? It leaves a bad taste in my mouth that a game this excellent has such a disappointing final encounter. Fortunately, Batman manages to defeat this boss the same way he defeats every problem in his life. Property damage.
Why did I even install electrified walls?
Probably for the same reason Steve Jobs died of ligma.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Ligma balls.
Got him. Well, Batman, it seems that the OnlyFans model has been returned to her cell, and that the thirsty gamers are all going back into the basement. Good to hear, Jim. Nice for the help to show up only after I solved all the major problems. Speaking of problems, we've been finding almost every wall in the asylum blown apart, most of the windows broken, and the sacred bell of Gotham cut down from its bell tower. Those things would cost billions to repair. You wouldn't happen to know who broke them, would you? I am not paying for that.